Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Sweet Spot with DeAnda. I'm DeAnda. Please like and subscribe to this video. Today, we're going to do, I think, a part two of adulting. And I had a lot of fun with talking about that the other day, and I'll recap that or link that video here below. But to add to that, some of the things that you can do to aid in your adulting today and tomorrow is to allow friends and family in. And some of you may say, well, what do you mean by that? I talk to my sister, I talk to my mother, talk to my brother, that kind of thing. But allow them in to help. Some of us have a hard time in asking for and allowing for our friends and family to actually help us. It doesn't have to be anything that's with heavy lifting. It can be something as simple as, I just kind of need you to meditate with me today. You know, I just kind of need you to go for a walk with me today. Something very small. What I always say about friendship and just being with your loved ones. You know, People will arise for the big things. The big heavy lifting things. They'll be there for that. It's the small things that we oftentimes need more help with. And sometimes we don't even know that we need that. And here I want to encourage you to reach out to your friends and family, just for a hello. I was thinking about you. You were on my mind, and instead of texting, I decided to pick up the phone and call you. Instead of texting, I decided to cook dinner and invite you over. Right. These are the things that will help you usher in those moments of adulting when, to having people around you and, kind of needing that humanness around you versus the virtual, friendships that we all have now. It's easy to get your phone and pull up your Instagram and go through, or pull up your TikTok and go through and see what your friends and family are up to, and what they're highlighting today. But what about just calling and saying, I noticed something in your Instagram yesterday, and it made me think about you and want to reach out and actually say I love you, or actually say you've been on my mind, right? And you'd be surprised at what you get back from doing something like that. So I encourage you to do that. The other thing is, or the second thing that I will put out there for your adulting is being kind to yourself. And what does that include? I want to pause right here and say the noise that you hear is my niece's cat, Tiger, in the background, doing some things. He was quiet and asleep actually a minute before this, so I wasn't expecting that, but there you go. And that's called adulting, right? That's what happens. You just have to go with what's happening, right? So a little background cat playing is, the thing, right? So I can actually, let me see if I can show you guys this cat. Can you see the cat? I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he was not doing any of that before I started the video. At any rate, back to being kind to yourself while adulting, and that's living your life, right? Um, Being kind can include just watching your words, watching the things that you say to yourself. And, a prime example of that is, and I do this all the time, something will happen, I'll lose something in, my 1-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn, and it's like, oh my God, and find it in this obvious way, or it's been staring at me the entire time, and saying to myself, saying something mean to myself, or, you need constant supervision, or, how dumb were you to, was right there. Those things, you're saying to the universe things that the universe will then give you back. And you want to return to sender on those, right? So, my encouragement of being kind to yourself is first watching the words that you tell yourself. When you receive a message that is not pleasing, and you internalize it, and you kind of put it on and wear it. Just say, return to sender. I'm not accepting that. That was not my job. If it was a job rejection, that wasn't my job. you know if you're working and your manager is, or just coworkers are giving you grief on something, pause, take a breath. And I always encourage this: take a pause, and I mean a real pregnant pause, like really just stop, before you respond, before you act, before you internalize and bring it on as part of, this is what's happening to me and making your day a bad day. Say, no, no, I'm not accepting that. I woke up feeling joyful, and I want to continue that. And you find an affirmation, you find, you go get that, favorite lunch that you like, or a snack, or what have you, and you bask in that, and you take that on. It's like, I'm not going to take on the negative. I'm not going to take on the things that is going to weigh me down and then turn this day into a bad day. No, ma'am, I'm not doing it. Right. And so it's watching those words. It's watching the words that you say to yourself. It's watching the words that other people may say, because that's their stuff. That's theirs. Let them have it. Don't own it. Don't unpack it and bring it in as yours, because it's not yours. Give it back to them, right? Give it right back to them. And what I mean by that is not, meeting them where they are and, going in at them. No, no, no. Give it back to them in that you don't respond, or you don't act in this negative, fiery way, in that you then, your blood pressure goes up, your tension arises, you're stiff, back starts to hurt, and you get pain right from it. Let it go. Let it go. Again, this is stuff that I experience. This is stuff that I have to constantly tell myself. Sometimes I have to physically say it out loud. I will not accept that. And I take a breath. I take a pause. Sometimes I have to close my eyes. Sometimes I have to get up physically and walk away from the laptop or the phone or what have you, and kind of let it wash off. Let it wash off and say, that's not mine. I'm not going to own that. I'm not taking that in. I'm not going to have that be a part of what this day could turn into, which is a bad day. And who wants a bad day, right? If we can change it, the stuff that we can change, the stuff that I have the power over, that's the stuff I'm owning. I'm owning that. And I can own not to take on negative and or bad things. I can own that. I can own that. I can own not speaking to myself badly and mean, with mean words. I can own that. I can own that and usher that out. You would not know that I am going through right now an episode of depression. You would not know that, because I'm not giving that to you. That's my own, and how I'm dealing with that is to make sure I watch my words, make sure I meditate, make sure I get out and get some vitamin D, make sure I have some type of movement, stretching, walking, riding my bike, whatever those things are, to usher in, good vibrations and good vibes, that will get me through the day. And, having a laugh, smiling, actually standing in the bathroom mirror saying, you're going to be okay today. You're going to get through this and you're going to be fine. those are things that I say. Those are affirmations. Those are, words of love for me that I give myself, right? And so you have to put those things on for you to then go out and or engage with others, be it your clients, your manager, your boss, what have you, just anybody outside of you. You have to put on those type of armors to get through and successfully, adult, and live your life, right? So those are my things for adulting that I added to the three that I had the other day. And I hope that they're helpful for you. Thanks so much for popping into the Sweet Spot with DeAnda, and we'll see you next time. Please like and subscribe this video. See you next time. Bye-bye.